All right, thanks for tuning in for what is a critical weather update. We have a major, and I mean major, winter storm taking aim at our area. All the latest data confirms this is going to be a high impact and honestly, a potentially life threatening event for a lot of people. So let's get right into what you need to know.
Okay, let me be really clear about this. This is not a drill. This isn't just a forecast anymore. The National Weather Service has issued official warnings for pretty much the entire state and our surrounding areas. We've moved from what might happen to what is about to happen. You need to be thinking of this as a shutdown event.
So, what you're looking at here is a really dangerous 1 2 punch. First, we have the cold weather advisory, which is already in effect, basically setting the stage with some brutally cold air. Right behind that comes the winter storm warning, which is a full 48-hour period where heavy snow and crippling ice are going to make conditions absolutely treacherous. It's the combination of the two that makes this whole thing so serious. And look, this isn't just us meteorologists sounding the alarm. This is a direct message from the governor. When state leadership is telling everyone to please stay off the roads, it really highlights how severe the situation is. The bottom line is, if you do not have to be out this weekend, please stay home. Let's not mince words here. This is a dangerous, life-threatening storm. It's not just one thing, it's the nasty combination of the heavy snow, the crippling ice, and then that blast of Arctic air right behind it. That's what creates a truly dangerous situation, especially for anyone who might lose power. So, with all of that heading our way, what does it actually look like outside right now? Let's take a quick look at our current conditions just to get a baseline before this storm really starts to move in. As of right now, it's already frigid out there. The air temperature is only 19 degrees, but with the wind, it feels like 9. And this is so important because that cold air is already locked into place. We're not starting this storm with temperatures hovering around freezing. No, we are starting deep in the cold, which means whatever falls is going to stick and cause problems right away. Okay, timing is everything with a storm like this. Knowing when the worst of it is going to hit is absolutely key for your final preparations. So let's walk through the timeline and see exactly how this is all going to unfold. You know, your Saturday is going to start off deceptively quiet. But after 4 p.m., that's when the light snow starts to move in, making the roads slick. The real trouble, though, begins Saturday night. That's when we'll see steady, moderate snow falling. Sunday is the main event. The daytime hours on Sunday will have the heaviest bands of snow and sleet, making travel pretty much impossible. Things will start to wind down Sunday night, but by then, the damage is done. And just to give you an idea of the kind of intensity we're talking about, some of the computer models are hinting at the possibility of thunder snow or thunder ice. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a pretty rare thing that only happens in really intense winter storms with super heavy precipitation rates. It's just another sign of how powerful this system is. All right, now for the question that's on everybody's mind. How much are we actually going to get? Well, this is where the story gets a little complicated because this system is basically going to deliver two very different kinds of storms to our region. For northern Kentucky and up into Ohio, this is shaping up to be a classic blockbuster snowstorm. We are forecasting 8 to 12 inches of snow, and some spots could see even higher amounts. This is a crippling amount of snow that will shut down travel probably for days. But as you move south and east, the threat changes from that heavy snow to something far more destructive: ice. Some of the guidance is indicating the potential for over an inch of freezing rain. Let me be perfectly clear. A quarter inch of ice is damaging. An inch is a crippling, catastrophic ice storm that brings down trees and power lines on a massive scale. So here's the crucial takeaway. We are dealing with two completely different storms from one system. In the north, the biggest problem is going to be impassable roads from all the snow. But in the south and east, the primary number one threat is a major ice storm that will lead to widespread and potentially very long-lasting power outages. You have to prepare for the specific threat in your area. And the storm doesn't end when the snow and ice stop falling. In fact, what comes next might just be the most dangerous part of this entire event. A true Arctic blast is going to follow right on the heels of this storm. So on Monday night, after the storm has passed, the actual air temperature is forecast to plummet to 4 degrees below zero. That is dangerously cold air all by itself, but it's what happens when you add the wind that makes it truly life-threatening. By Tuesday morning, the wind is going to make it feel like 13 degrees below zero. At these temperatures, frostbite can happen on any exposed skin in just a matter of minutes. This is not just uncomfortable cold, this is dangerous cold.
And this right here brings us to the single greatest threat of this entire event. Just imagine it. A catastrophic ice storm knocks out power for tens of thousands of people, and it's followed immediately by air that feels like 13 below zero. A home without heat in those conditions becomes a life-threatening situation very, very quickly. So, knowing all this, what can you do right now to prepare? Here is your action plan, the things you should be doing to keep you and your family safe through this.
First and foremost, avoid all non-essential travel. Just don't go out. Second, prepare now as if you will lose power. Charge your phones, find your flashlights, your batteries, get the blankets ready. Third, protect your home from the cold. Let your faucets drip to prevent frozen pipes. Fourth, stay informed. Have a weather radio handy in case you lose power and cell service. And finally, please safely check on your elderly neighbors and family members before the storm gets here.
Look, we have a very short window now to finish our preparations. This is going to be a memorable and dangerous storm. The time to get ready is right now. Please stay safe and stay warm.